Welcome everybody to Get Your Color and Lights Gifts on Zoom. This is another initiative of the Color Lights World project that I founded 2 years ago, together with about 10 to 15 international colleagues on the field of color and light, with the aim of spreading the beautiful energy, hope, inspiration, and also the knowledge of color and light and chromotherapy. Some of the founding members are present as speakers tonight. Very happy about that. And we also have new speakers who joined the group tonight. Yes, our speakers tonight are from 8 countries. The program is going to be very diverse as color and light are. So the contributions are going to be partly informational and partly very inspirational. So you will have both. Check out our fall program, please, on my website, color-buresch, buresch.at. My name is Gabrielle Buresch-Teichmann. I'm a color consultant, a holistic one, and a color light therapist now for over 30 years. I'm based in Vienna, Austria, and I'm a color passionate, and color and light are my vocation. And I'm also the founder of the Color Lights World project. Now, again, I would like to ask you all to mute your microphone, please. I already said, if there are any questions, please feel free to write me an email, and I will also forward this email to the speakers. Yes, now we are ready to start with our first speaker today. So I'm calling now Domicele Jonauskaite, PhD. She is from Lithuania, Switzerland, and based in Austria, Vienna. And I had the pleasure of meeting her personally in Vienna. So maybe, Domicele, you can show yourself, please.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. I'm going to present you briefly, Domicele. Domicele is an experimental color psychologist at the University of Vienna. She's now an author and founder of the Color Experience platform. She will also be the presenter of the Zoominar October 18th, The Psychology of Colors, Linking Colors and Emotions. Welcome, Domicele.
So thank you very much for this introduction. And I have a tiny presentation for everyone. So let's see how it works. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a tiny introduction to the talk that I will be giving in 2 weeks. And as Gabrielle introduced me, I'm a color psychologist. I work at the university, and one of the things that I do is I test the beliefs in color psychology and try to bring scientific evidence to these beliefs. So let me give you an example. So let's first start with the question, what is color psychology? And so the basic idea of color psychology is that it's a claim that color has an impact on human psychological functioning. What is human psychological functioning? It can be anything. It can be memory, attention, learning, emotions, well-being, and so on. And I highlighted the word claim because many of the things that we hear is something that we hear about, but they may or may not be true. So as a scientist, I am part of the experimental color psychology. And what is experimental color psychology is the hope of testing such claims using scientific methods. And today I want to give you one example of how we can test claims in popular color psychology using scientific methods. So it's one of the studies that we did at the university. So the claim that I want to present today is the link between color and personality. So the belief is that someone's favorite color can reveal their personality. And I'm sure that you are familiar with such ideas. So this is something I found online, but there are many other websites, and they associate colors with certain personality traits. And the idea would be that if you like this color, you'll have this personality. So for example, if you like red, you are a vibrant, passionate, ambitious, determined, strong-willed, and confident person. This is a very interesting idea. And if this is true, then we could just ask someone's favorite color and we would know everything we need to know about this person. At least we would know their personality traits. But as a scientist, I want to first know, is this really true in the general population? So what we can do is we can take these descriptors together, and we can kind of combine them. So for the red, this would be a trait of extroversion. So if someone is vibrant and passionate, we would say in scientific terms, it's an extroverted person. And in this way, I can convert, let's say, this kind of diagram into a scientific hypothesis. So my hypothesis would be that people who like red are more extroverted. And now I can do a study to test this claim. So what we did, so we ask, is this true? So what we did is we had 340 people and we asked them what their favorite color is. And we also gave them a personality questionnaire, which measures a lot of different traits, including extroversion. And this is our result. So here, these are the people who said that red is their favorite color. And these are the people who said that another color, not red, is their favorite. And this is their extroversion score, going from 0 to 20. So if we look at people who said that red is their favorite, we find that their extroversion score is somewhere around 18. Now, if we look at people who said that another color is favorite, not red, we find that their extroversion score is also around 18. And there is really no difference between these two groups.
Danke.
So, and we of course, we tested other associations. This is just one example I'm giving you. I'm saying red and extroversion. We tested other color personality combinations, and we found exactly the same results, that the two groups were indistinguishable. So the conclusion that we made from this study is that personality does not differ by color preferences. We published the study in a scientific journal, but we also wrote a Psychology Today blog where we explained the study in a kind of simplified language. So if you are interested, you can read more about it, and maybe you will find it inspirational. So this was a tiny example of how we can use science in the field of color. And as Gabrielle said already, I am going to give the whole talk on the link between colors and emotions. So it's a different topic, not personality, on the 18th of October. And of course, you're very welcome to register, attend the talk, and ask me questions. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Domicele. Very much looking forward to your talk in 2 weeks. Thanks. So now we are coming to our next speaker. It's Dr. Jeffrey Bruno from the US. Jeffrey, can you show yourself? Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello. Yes.
Jeffrey is from the US, and he is a psychologist with a practice in California for integral mental health. He's an author and practitioner of emotional transformation, and also a chromotherapist practicing color light therapy. He will be a speaker on November 22, Color and Light for Depression and Anxiety. Welcome, Jeffrey.
Thank you. I appreciate, Gabriella, the invitation to be able to share with everybody, and it's super exciting to be on a worldwide sharing platform. Can you I don't know if I'm showing up as the main speaker in terms of the video or, yeah, okay, all right, it's different on my screen, so, sorry. Okay, good. So I'm a clinician primarily, and so my background is in experimental psychology with a master's degree, and my PhD is in clinical psychology. And so I love both worlds. I love the experimental world. When the prior speaker was talking about the research they did, my doctoral dissertation was actually looking at iris patterns correlated to the big 5 personality domains. And we had a group of 250 some people. We took pictures of their irises and correlated it to a battery of personality tests. And indeed, we actually found that each of the 5 domains of personality correlated with features of the iris. So it is an interesting approach to do an experimental approach. Not always do we find significant levels, but really my main interest is how do we help people? How do we use color and light and eye movements in a process-oriented psychotherapy? And so I want to give a touch about my background and then what the talk about, where I have more time to go into these. I really I didn't think of myself as a color person. I actually got interested in sensory aspects of psychology through turning off the lights, going into sensory deprivation, sensory isolation. So I did flotation research for a number of years where we basically cut out all light, and tried to cut out as much sensory input as possible. And it was such a profound way to alter people's experience and to find that the brain didn't turn off with a lack of sensory input, but that we generated internal worlds. And it was not until I met a friend in graduate school, Brian Breling, who was one of the founders of the International Light Association, that I got introduced to the idea that specific colors in light could be very useful in helping mental health and healing. And Brian also introduced me to a brilliant clinician, Dr. Stephen Vasquez, who has developed a system called Emotional Transformation Therapy, or ETT. And then I've also had a chance to work with Anna D. Martel using the Sensor approach. And I've also been very interested in light-sensitive pigment molecules in terms of the light that we eat. So there are so many different levels and approaches to color therapy, visual and non-visual pathways, dietary, the application of light topically, both to the energy field, as well as the cellular energetic aspects of light, and even looking at light impact on circadian rhythms. So when we start to talk about light and mental health, there's so many different approaches, and I'm sure that'll be reflected, within the speakers. My main approach has been a process-oriented psychological approach to the use of colors, largely informed by Dr. Vasquez's emotional transformation therapy that I've been working with in my practice for about 15 years. And that means we don't have, it's kind of like a dream interpretation. You can buy a book on dreams and, look up what does a cat mean in your dream. Well, it may give you some ideas, but it's not actually a very useful clinical approach. It's better to have the person talk about their associations of what that dreamlike figure is. Well, the same thing with color. There's both a subjectivity and an objectivity to color. And so in my work, and I know it's just a sliver of what's possible with light and color, but in my work, it's really about getting the person to talk about their experiences as we apply different colors and see how the colors affect their awareness of their body, awareness of their emotions, awareness of the stress levels. And it's that attunement process between specific colors and eye positions and sometimes flicker rates and other modalities, which I'll share more within the longer talk, that shifts the psychotherapy process. And so I just wanted to give a couple examples today, and I don't know if I've already used up my time. I'm sorry. Cut me off if you need to. One of the striking things that has stood out is the idea of affective windows of tolerance, and that goes along with the idea that when a person's working in a emotional place, sometimes they can get flooded by too much emotion, or they can sometimes be so shut down they can't access enough emotion to really make the work happen. And so that's where the use of colors and sometimes eye positions, like in brain spotting, is a technique that uses primarily eye positions, if you're familiar with that, comes out of EMDR. But really a combination of the brightness of the colors, the choice of colors, the positions of the eyes, all could be used to help somebody who's being flooded get into a more secure place where they can process the emotions, or somebody who doesn't have access to emotions, you can get the right combination of attunement where they can start to feel what they're talking about or what they went through. And so I will, in my talk, I'm going to talk about 7 approaches to the use of color light in psychotherapy. And I'm also going to share a optic thalamic model that offers how sensory pathways, particularly visual pathways, can access the deepest and most central parts of our brain, including shifting thalamic cortical dysrhythmias, and encourage people to look at how they can broaden multisensory approaches to the use of working with mental health.
Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot, Jeffrey. Looking forward to your contribution.
You're most welcome. I'm
Yes.
glad to be here.
Thanks, Jeffrey, and hope to see you all on November 22 for color light, depression, and anxiety. Yes, calling our next speaker, Lien Potgieter from South Africa. Lien, can you say hello?
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Hi, welcome, Lien from South Africa. Lien is a communication expert. She's a color therapist, creativity expert, and consultant. She's going to be speaker November 22, also color light for depression and anxiety. Experience now the contribution of Lien.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and thank you, everybody, for your time. So I'm a very practical person, and for me, color is actually all about the joy that it brings in the moment, and that sort of bubbling up of happiness when I can stop and stare and just look at a color. But the other side that I find very interesting and that I'm really studying is actually the personal evolution that color can help you with. I believe that we are here on a journey. We are here to learn about ourselves and here to become the best versions of ourselves. So for me, color does exactly that. It helps me to stay, I can say, on my path. So my gift to you tonight is that the color that you are attracted to now, not your color personality, but the color that you are attracted to out of the blue, means something for your evolution, means something for that next step. So I'm going to go through the colors and I'm going to give you a few gifts for each of the colors. If you are instantly and out of the blue attracted to red, the gift is physical energy, vitality, motivation, and you are ready to rise from the ashes. If you are out of the blue attracted to orange, the gift is creativity, flow, flexibility, and letting go of those emotions that you don't need at this time. If out of the blue, you are attracted to yellow, The gift is mental agility, confidence, learning, and a mindset change. If out of the blue, you are attracted to green, the gift is balance, direction, boundaries, unconditional love, acceptance, and gratitude. If you are out of the blue, attracted to blue, the gift is communication, listening, speaking your truth in a calm and peaceful manner, calmness and peace. If out of the blue you are attracted to indigo, the gift is discernment, intuition, a sharp mind, and expansion. If out of the blue you are attracted to violet, the gift is connection to all that is, artistic abilities, and imagination. If out of the blue you are attracted to pink, the gift is softness, gentleness, feminine power, and feminine leadership. And then the last one, if out of the blue you are attracted to turquoise, the gift is a connection between the heart and the mind. And that is my gift of color and light to you this evening.
Thank you very much, Lien. Lovely and very inspiring, and happy to hear more on your seminar, also November 22. Now I'm calling our next speaker. It's Olja Lopushansky from Netherlands and Serbia. Hello, Olja.
Hello, Gabriella.
Hello. Welcome. Olja is the director of Bioptron in the Netherlands, and she is a color therapist, color light therapist, and specialized in epigenetics and quantum embodiment. She's going to present October 25th, along with Dr. Daryl Wolf, Doc of Detox, systemic healing with polarized and hyperpolarized light. Bring your body back into total alignment. Experience now the gift of Olja.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Gabriella, for the invitation and for the great organization. Greetings in the name of Bioptron Company. I'm also a yoga teacher and a master in yoga and meditation, and I prepared today a lecture called Ancient Traditional Medicine Meets Cutting Edge Technology. Simhasana, lion's pose, combined with hyperpolarized light for boosting the immune system. So yoga is 5,000 years old ancient medicine for treating stress, which is the cause #1 for all diseases, and combined with high-tech Bioptron quantum hyperlight technology.
Olja, we can't hear you. Wait, sorry. Okay, can you repeat the last sentence, please?
I don't know from which point you didn't hear me, but I can say I spoke about yoga, that is ancient medicine for treating stress. And as you know, stress is the cause #1 for all diseases. And I'm combining it with high-tech, our technology, which is called Bioptron Quantum Hyperlight. So we can explore even better and greater benefits for the entire regeneration of the body at the quantum level. So if you have a Bioptron now, put it next to you and we can use it together. If not, doesn't matter. You can close your eyes and do it together with me mentally. The exercise consists of 2 steps. As a first step, we will perform the lion's pose Simhasana. There are a number of health benefits associated with this yoga pose, from improving blood circulation, eliminating a bad breath, or improving speech, or eliminating even the respiratory issues, respiratory problems. In step 2, we will turn on the Bioptron to amplify the effects of Simhasana, boosting our adenosine triphosphate, ATP, and energizing the whole body. Okay, let's start. So sit comfortably. Your arms are resting on your legs. Close your eyes if you want. Feel the ground under your feet. As you breathe in, extend your spine toward your crown and feel the length of your spine. Put a gentle smile on your face, relax your jaw, and observe your body as a whole. Connect with the participants in this lecture, with the whole planet, and with the entire universe. And feel this amazing connection. You know, yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word joy, which means joining, becoming one with the universal consciousness, with God, light. This is a fantastic adventure to explore. Jyotismati, which means to focus on the light within and expanding it, connecting with the light of the universe. Now I ask you to imagine the situation, problem, disease, or person that is dark or toxic to you. You don't need darkness, you need light, right? So you will throw this particular image out while roaring as a lion. And this is how we do it. You take a deep breath in through your pelvis. And as you exhale, stretch out. First, I will explain. Stretch out your tongue and curl it down toward your chin. I can show you if you are not common with the exercise. So at the same time, gaze between the eyebrows at the 6th energy center, which is called Ajna chakra, and this represents light. And roar. With love and gratitude, very important, you release your toxic image into the universe. And if you don't feel comfortable showing your tongue, you can switch off your camera for the moment, and we will do it together 3 times. Okay, now you breathe in and roar. Again, breathe in and unleash your roar completely and this toxic image out. Breathe in. Breathe in again. Now close your eyes and imagine the white light shower cleaning away all the negativity in your life. Feel the effect of the exercise. Observe. Switch on Bioptron for 3 minutes and apply on Ajna for ultimate hyperlight fusion. The light feels pleasant and warm. And as I said, if you don't have the Bioptron, you can explore my words. Close your eyes. Due to the electromagnetism in your body, you are a light being. Every cell in your body emits 100,000 photon impulses per second. And these cells communicate through light. Dr. Pop proved that in order for a body to be healthy, it must have healthy cells, a healthy light communication system. However, if there is a poor cellular communication, light is chaotic and there is a disease. Therefore, in quantum medicine, we use Bioptron to maintain the healthy cells or to recover. The point is that the body needs a healthy light, which corresponds to the conformational state of healthy biostructures. And remember this, our cells are intelligent. The photons in Bioptron are organized according to the Fibonacci law of harmony and beauty, making it a highly structured light. The photons look like the sunflower seeds. And Bioptron is the ultimate bioresonator and the superior structure as opposed to our inferior biostructures, of course, due to the aging processes or illness. So this hyperlight communicates with the cells through resonance. And because of its dominant structure, it's transmitting its energy and also information into the disturbed cells, regenerating them. Okay. And on 25th of October, Dr. Daler Wolf and me, we will together do this show, and in show you will see the amazing results from Dr. Emoto Insitute in Japan, also dark field microscopy, and some results with the quantum diagnostic devices about our biofield, how it looks like before and after the light exposure. Thank you for your attention. I'm sending you love and light, and for information, gratis lectures and certifications, you can visit my site, oljalopushansky.com. Namaste.
Thanks a lot, Olja. Wow, looking forward to October 25th and hearing more of all this. This is fascinating. Now we're coming to our next speaker, Markus Wunderlich from Germany. Markus, can you show yourself?
Yeah, hello.
Hello,
Here's
Markus. I want to present you. Willkommen. Markus is the director of the International Peter Mandel Institute. He is expert in exogetic medicine and color puncture. He's a kinesiologist and an NLP practitioner, and he's going to be the presenter November 8th, Color and Light for Stress and Insomnia. Welcome, Markus.
Thank you, Gabriela, and I would like to welcome you very warmly all, and I'm happy you are all here. Thank you, Gabriela, for the invitation for this evening, and I'm really happy to present exogetic medicine and color puncture today. So I prepare a small presentation. I have a look if that works. It should be now on. Okay, I guess it looks like good.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, first of all, I want to present Peter Mandel because Peter Mandel, my father, is the founder of exogetic medicine, and he started to research energetic therapies more than 50 years ago, starting from energetic emission analysis, which means it's a Kellyan photography, and he decided to make a photography of the fingers and the toes. He developed a lot of several methods, and the idea was that this kind of informatic diagnostic needs an informatic therapy concept. And he was trained as an acupuncturist, and he had the idea to bring light to a point, and that was the birth of color puncture. He created other methods like induction therapy. It's a rhythm therapy of the brain. And in a moment, we have great results with the gamma programs, gamma rhythms. We use crystal therapy with artificial crystals. He creates sound therapy, reflex zones therapy with herbal oil, and a lot of more things. So he looks for a roof, for an umbrella for all these developments. And so he brought two important aspects from his work together. This was 25, 30 years ago. On the one hand, the term esoteric, that means old wisdom, old knowledge, traditional knowledge. And on the other hand, energetic. That was the idea of modern science, modern energetic medicine, and also newer research of neurobiology and neurology. Here, there is in the last 10 years, a lot of new things on. So he took the both silays on eso from esoteric and jetic from energetic, and brought both together. And so he's creating the word esogetic, and that is the roof for all the methods he creates. Crossing in the middle, so when we bring the things together, we find a new field. It's a new thing, what's happened there. And the symbol is our esogetic model. What is the symbol of the new kind of thinking? One of the important ideas of esoteric medicine is the division, and I guess you know that all, from the spirit, soul, and body idea. So we have three different levels. And like Peter Mandel always discussed with Fritz Popp, he suggests take the physical names like information, energy, and matter. And in our thinking, information is connected with the consciousness of a person and also of the life program of a person. And information, it's also an entity, an essence of itself. So it has to come in this area, in this field. So information use energy, which from itself, it's doing nothing. It needs the movement of, for example, frequency, like we have it in light, to activate the matter, so means activate the body. That is when we think in terms of development of diseases, and we come from a medical environment, then we think always from the fine matter, means the information part to the body level, or we could say a disease could be a communication problem between the information and the matter. So it can be understood that many chronic diseases or other problems we have very often have not a description, or only a description of symptoms, but not the cause really in the background. And esoteric medicine is looking for the backgrounds, and we see, for example, in the Kirlian photography or in test zones, ideas of blockages in the childhood or blockages during the prenatal time. So that means a deeper cause in the deep consciousness, and we try to initiate a regulation from this field. In relation to stress, and that's my topic in the Zoominar in November, we have a general symptom, and we can assume all of us, we have stress in different situations, but we have two components. The positive stress means we bring something forward, or in sport, or when we create something. But what we talk about is the negative side. So negative side means we have some burdensome, we cannot switch off our thinking. We are called this kind of stress, conflict stress. And conflict stress related to our blockages and burdens and traumata, which we have experienced in our life, specific in the childhood. And we see here the line between birth and the age of 12, we call it puberty phases. And this kind of blockages we still carry today, and we're reacting in our stress. And every stress, and Olja, you said it, stress is something what's all causes, at least in our opinion, at least all diseases and problems. It's creating a tension, and this tension starts in the solar plexus, and that is the first level. Solar plexus tension means it's running 24 hours a day. We are not open in this field. When we want to fall asleep, it should be open, and if not, then we have no relaxation in the night, and we get not regeneration. Yeah, when we go on, we use the colors, of course, and look for specific levels to solve, or in our thinking, better to order the conflicts. And so we can see here the idea of a hologram over the skin. So that means we have a grid net over the skin. And in our idea, and Peter Mandel said it in the way, all is written on your skin. That means all information reflects in this hologram. It means all blockages in this field also be reached. And through some zones, acupuncture points, that are the crossing points in this grid net, or new founding zones from Peter Mandel, we can activate or regulating the information. And here we have a lot of different zones. So we are coming off a environment of acupuncturists or reflex zones therapists. And here's short examples. So how we are thinking, for example, that is the old Chinese zone. We call it neurasthenia zone. Peter Mandel found in the middle the limbic point. It's a point related limbic system and regulate all emotions and all feelings. And here we see when we use the violet, for example, stroking sometimes 4, 5, 6 times with the violet, people calm down, specific children calm down immediately. And that helps to reduce our stress and to regulate also our emotions. So that brings me to the end of the talk. And if you want to learn more about the zones and reflex parts and maybe also some diagnostic tools, I want to show that in this Zoominar in November. Gabrielle, you know the date, I just know the November. And yeah, and thank you for the invitation and thank you for your time to that you're here to me. Thank you.
Yes, thanks. Thanks a lot, Markus. Looking forward to hearing more on November 8th at 8 p.m. Central European Time for this Zoominar. Thanks. We are coming now to our next speaker. It's Rikke Godthjaelp from Denmark. Rikke, can you say hello?
Hey everyone, can you hear me?
Oh, hi. So Rikke is from Copenhagen. She's an auriculotherapist, a chromotherapist, and posturologist, and teacher at the Godthjaelp Insitute that she has founded. She will be presenting November 22nd, Color, Light, and Depression, Color and Light for Depression and Anxiety. Welcome, Rikke.
Thank you. And thank you for organizing this event and all the other events. And thank you for everyone joining tonight. It's really nice to see so many people. It's always good to see many people when we talk about colors. I really enjoy talking more and more about these colors. And so thank you to everyone. Tonight, I would like to talk about a color and a special kind of light. And the color is red and the light is LED. This color I chose to talk about tonight because it has special healing power. And what I like to do is try to mix my my work with scientific work and also study work, which means that we try off new things. We cannot just lean into studies. We have to try and make our own experience so that we can try and see if we can make it scientific at some point, or if some other people can. So the reason I chose to talk about the red light is that many people have proven that this light is a very healing for for our physical body. And of course, everything is psychosoma, so nothing physical without emotional or spiritual. When we talk about the red color, NASA made testing in the 90s to see if color could prevent too much decay of bone density and muscle density in space. And it turned out that it could. And more than that, it could also heal minor scars, because it's very difficult to heal when you're in space. So this healing suddenly had, well, everything that's been to space and back again, it has a special status. So it was approved by the NFDA, I think it's called in America, where you can then make studies. And we use a lot of red light for therapy. These days we use it for Parkinson. People have been testing red light for Parkinson directly on the skull. And we use red light when we want to treat the skin, when we want to make the skin heal. And this is used for, like in NASA, to heal wounds. But the beauty is also a question that many people like to work on. So it's actually very good for skin and for keeping the skin firm and the pores small. We use it. You can use it for the whole body, for stretch marks and so on. So the red color has a special healing approach. All colors is of course healing, but this has been proven, and I find that very interesting. I use red colors for many different things. Tonight, I would like to share a little exercise you can do. When we use colors in auriculotherapy and in chromotherapy, as I work with it, we use very specific shades of the colors or very specific spectrums of the colors. So when we use a filter, like I like to use filters, you have paint inside, you have a depth in the color. It's not a monocolor, it's a spectrum of colors, which means that it has it has green, red, orange, all kinds of colors, all colors in it, and more or less so. So when we have a spectrum of color, it's different from the LED that has just like one peak of color. When we use these filters, we use them for different things. We put light on through it, or we put it directly on the body. And the little exercise that I would like to show you is to calm the mind. And I don't know if you can use any red color, but I would try it. If you have this filter, then please use this exercise, or just try and use a deep red color. These two are the red filters that I'm talking about, and I will try and put something white behind it so that you can see one is a little more orange and one is a little more deep, but they're both deep red colors. When we use this exercise, you can have very expensive tools to do this exercise with, or you can use very cheap tools. This you can buy in any car store, or I don't know what, in Denmark, hitchhiking stores, things like that. Not hitchhiking, hiking, of course, not hitchhiking store, sorry, hiking stores. So you would put this light behind a filter or a red color that you would use. Maybe you have different red papers you could use. And what you do is that you slide this light from side to side. And I find it very interesting that that Markus was just talking about this exercise, but with violet. So when we cross over here, we go from one hemisphere to the other. And the point that Markus was talking about in Chinese is called the yin tang, and refers to the pineal gland, and thereby the limbic system. So I am totally in line with you, Markus, which is really nice that then we are just next to each other. So I like to do this exercise on myself when I am when I have what we call laterality problems, which means my right and left hemisphere are not working well together. We can get these problems or challenges when we are very busy, or if we have been eating something that is not good for us, if we get sick, if we are challenged in our work, or after accidents like injuries, head injuries, whiplashes, and so on. So I use this every day in my institute when I treat. And I take the lights and I go from side to side, very, very calmly, very slowly. Yes, I see that Nathan is using his phone. I think it looks like a phone. It's very, it's another red light, cool. So when you use it, I would like you to cross all the way over, so you cross the line, because this will make one, activate one side and then the other side. So otherwise, use your phone, find a color program, and take it from one side to the other. And you would do this like 10, 15 times from side to side. And you can have your eyes open, or you can have your eyes closed. It's not important. But don't speak with others while you do it, because that is not very calming. So this is what I work with. This is the way I work with colors, is using it directly on specific points on the ears, or using over the body and moving it in special directions for some of the exercises. And this is what we're going to talk about the 22nd November. Specific colors on specific areas on the body for specific problems. And on the 22nd November, we're going to talk about depression and anxiety. So thank you for listening. I hope that you can use this exercise for yourself and really try it. It's very efficient and it's very calming. So thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rikke, and looking forward to hearing more on November 22nd.
Yes, and thank you also, Nathan, for being so active like that and just testing it out. Really, that's great. It's very inspiring. Thank you.
Yeah, and we are saying hello now to Nathan Oxenfeld. Can you show yourself, Nathan?
Hello. Yes, good to be here.
Welcome, Nathan. Nathan Oxenfeld is based in the US. He has founded Integral Eyesight Improvement. He's a holistic vision expert, an author, works also with color and light for vision and vision enhancement. And he's the producer of the documentary Vision 2020. Welcome, Nathan.
Thank you. Yes. It's once again really, really great to be here and honored to be a part of this group. Thank you, Gabrielle, for putting this on. And our previous gifts to the world, which I'm going to be kind of building off of today. But yeah, also special thanks to all the speakers so far. It's been amazing to receive so much already. So I want to keep this short and sweet. And I also, like Rikke just pointed out, I love the synchronicity today of how we're going to be kind of activating similar things using light and color. So one of the practices that I want to share with you today also helps with that left-right brain laterality, and also just introducing ourselves to the full spectrum of light. So yeah, really, really excited to be here. Since we so far have been receiving these gifts through our screens, I definitely wanted to emphasize the importance of making sure we're also introducing our systems to full spectrum natural light from the sun. And I'm not going to ask us to go and actually do it with the sun. I know some places the sun may have already set even. I am going to be demonstrating with a sun lamp today, which is actually a nice alternative if the sun isn't available. But ideally, these sunning practices, which are taught part of the Bates method, which is one of the main things that I like to teach to help people take better care of their eyes holistically, is actually adapting to natural sunlight. So in our last gifts to the world, I was sharing a little bit of our palming practices and sunning practices where we're letting sunlight actually shine on our closed eyelids. So these sunning practices, our eyes are closed the whole time, but I'm going to add some fun little variations on these sunning practices today. The first one being the sun saloon. So if you think about maybe like an old Western movie with the saloon doors where they swing open to go in, that's what we're going to be doing with our palms over our eyes for the sun saloon. Now, just to demonstrate instead of going outside and doing it facing the sunlight, ideally if it's kind of lower in the sky, I'm actually going to be using my sun lamp today. I'll hold it up here for you. This is just a 150 watt incandescent spotlight that screws into this clamp here. So I'm going to be clamping it onto my desk and aiming it towards me. And once again, with the sunning practices, the eyes are always closed. So if you have any kind of artificial light, even just a normal incandescent light bulb or anything, you're welcome to try it as I guide through, because we're going to be swinging one saloon door open at a time, just for a few seconds, and introducing just the closed left eye to the light source, and then the closed right eye just for a few seconds. And you get to kind of watch as you breathe. You're not physically seeing anything because your eyes are closed, but you can interpret the different colors that you maybe experience. Some people also like to kind of swing their body around or move the head in different directions. And maybe if this is feeling okay, you might want to try swinging both saloon doors open. So both of your palms expose your closed eyelids, and then you close them again. So you're always welcome to come back to that nice dark saloon with both of the doors closed. But we are starting to introduce that bright light, whether it's from an artificial source or from the sun, just for a few seconds at a time without going overboard with it. And if it doesn't feel good to do both at the same time, it's totally fine to just do one at a time and switch from that light and dark. So this is sort of the warm up, so to speak. So I do just want to add one quick little variation, which is called the sun strobing, which you can maybe try if you don't have any kind of experience with any kind of seizures or epilepsy. It's kind of a contraindication, but this is done one eye at a time, with one palm covering the eye, the other one spreads the fingers, and you wave the fingers in front of the closed eyelid, sort of in front of the temple, just for a few seconds, and then you switch. And you're going to try the other side. And this is creating a shadow on the closed eyelid, and you get to experiment with the speed or the rhythm that you move your hand, because the shadow creating that flickering light looks different depending on whether you're going really slow, kind of more medium, or waving really quickly, to just once again enjoy those colors and those patterns. And we always want to end with palming, because these are very short sunning practices. You only do them for a few seconds each. So you always want to make sure you end with some more palming, just to kind of sink in that darkness. But you do want to give your closed eyelids maybe a few more seconds of that sunning to readjust to the light. I'm going to go ahead and just unplug my sun lamp, because if the eyes are not adjusted to the light, once you blink them back open, you're welcome to just close them again for a few more seconds and let your eyes readjust. Because a big part of these sunning practices is actually initiating more of this pupillary response to make your eye openings get larger and smaller, dilating and constricting. And one effect of this is actually increasing the circulation to the eyes, which, if we ever do feel eye strain from being on the computer or just having eye strain in general, I've personally found that these sunning practices, when done very nice short doses, can really bring relaxation and circulation into the eyes. Maybe even after trying this yourself, you may notice some slight difference in how your eyes are feeling, how they're seeing, or maybe how you're thinking and feeling on that deeper level as well. So just be gentle with the sunning, and I want you to have fun with the sun saloon swinging doors, and maybe try the strobing if you'd like. And let me know if you have any questions about this. And we are going to be giving you some more natural vision improvement strategies in our panel on December 1st. I'm going to be doing that with Ainhoa de Federico, and it's a little bit more specific to taking care of our eyes, as we do have to work on screens a lot for work and for pleasure. And so sunning is one example. We're going to be covering many more on December 1st. And I just want to once again thank everybody for being here and participating and listening. And I'm really excited to learn more about each and every one of the speakers who has already gone so far. So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you, Nathan. Wonderful. Looking forward to learning more and experiencing more on December 1st, together with Dr. Ainhoa de Federico.
Yes, thank you.
So, yes, I'm now here, the last presenter in our row of 8. And I just thought of maybe wrapping this up because there's so much to experience and to learn. And you have seen how diverse also the application of color and light and the meanings and effects are. So in my practice with chromotherapy, I've experienced that there's one couple of colors, because I love to work with complementary colors, because in my first training I've learned that complementary colors, they create, if you reunite them again, the wholeness of white light. So, and they are important because they demand each other and they are very related in their meaning and effect. And there's one special couple of colors that we can say in chromotherapy, or in the systems I'm working with, you can always recommend to everybody, even without knowing what is specifically needed in this situation now. And it's actually orange and blue. So this couple, orange and blue, is known to be the ideal couple. Why is that? Because the qualities that are represented by these colors are qualities that we human beings really need, all of us, anytime and kind of always. And the qualities are expressed in a text that I'm going to read now to you. And this text is from my book. In the beginning, there was red. And just to give you an idea what it is about, in this book, the 8 spectral colors, I'm working with 8 colors because I'm also using magenta as 8th color. The 8 colors meet each other and go on a journey. They go on a walk with each other and they interact with each other like human beings, we can say. And I want to read to you what orange and blue are saying to each other. First, I want to show you. Orange and blue now walk towards each other. Orange says to blue, I've noticed that you always seemed to know where the path was taking us, although none of us knew where we were heading. Again and again, your presence brought us to talk about and to reflect upon our journey. You always remained calm and collected. How do you manage to stay so calm? Occasionally, I find that simply too slow and too boring. I need exercise and sometimes a faster pace. Then the color blue answers, yes, you, orange, skip along through life as if someone had hired you to do that. Can you ever be serious? Can you, orange, ever be quiet and calm? On the other hand, I want to say that you always pointed out to us all that which was beautiful along the way we were walking on. Without you, we would have missed out on the joy, the beauty, and the pure enjoyment of this journey. So now orange and blue stand there gazing at each other in an attempt to establish their common ground. So the question is, what grows out of joy and calm? What can orange and blue create together? Yes, we all need joy and calm relaxation. And the co-creation can be love's bliss. So I wish you all, especially in these challenging times, enough blue and orange, enough relaxation, time for yourself, and the joy and enjoyment of orange. These two colors and these two meanings need each other. And of course, I also wish you all the colors of the rainbow. So I want to thank you all for being here, and also our wonderful speakers. I'm so much looking forward to our program of 6 Zoominars. Please check out my website, color-buresch.at. There you can find all infos about the speakers, what they are going to present, and you can book the session there. So now I want to make a gallery. Yeah, so thanks a lot to everyone. It was really a big pleasure, and hope to see you again on Zoom in 2 weeks, and in 3 weeks, our next 2 Zooms. And yes, wishing you all the colors of the rainbow, and all the people who have subscribed are getting automatically the recording. And if you didn't subscribe over my website, please write me an email and you will also get the recording, of course. So thanks a lot to everyone.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
See
you.
you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Gabrielle,
Yeah.
you are doing so great. Oh my God, you're a powerful woman.
Did you like it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, yeah, wonderful people.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
how you gathered them, that is actually, how did you get them all together? I
Well,
think,
you know, I'm kind of collecting color and light experts.
yeah,
Yeah, and sometimes I'm looking for people that I don't know yet.
yeah.
Yeah, like Domicele, for example. I met her in Vienna.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Remember the psychologist from Vienna? Remember the guy from?
oh, you mean Karl?
No, I don't know his name anymore. But then I treated his wife, and she was absolutely great. He was one of the